the raise hands feature. Looks like we got one here from Christos. We'll start off with him and then move to the next. Go ahead, Christos.
Hello, Terrence.
How you
First of all,
doing?
how big is the motivation in the team to bounce back to the game against Kansas? And what would you like to change about the game?
I think everybody's kind of motivated to come back and bounce back from the loss that we took. After going over film, there's a lot of things that we need to change. And for us, really, we hit on defense. And I feel like we played a great defensive game against Richmond. We limited the back doors and the layups that they usually take. Tough shots that they made. But coming back from it, we're just gonna bounce back, play as hard as we can, and try to get a win on tomorrow.
All right, we'll go with Kyle Tucker and then John Hale. And just a heads up, guys, I will keep your line unmuted if you got a follow up. Go ahead, Kyle.
Terrence, what stood out to you the most about what went wrong on offense? When you went through the film, Cal said he showed you guys all the extra passes you could have made. But what struck you as you went through that offensive film?
One of the main things is getting out in transition. Especially for me, I think catching the ball in transition, I think our first goal should be trying to get a layup. And most of the times we kind of stop the offense in transition and try to run a play where we could have got a layup or two or something like that. Other things is just the defense collapsing. We have to make the extra pass, the one more for the player that's in the corner or wherever the person is. There's a lot of help defense coming towards, guys like, everybody on the team really that goes to the basket. So, the extra pass is there. And those are really the two things that we try to hit on. And just taking shots in the early clock, those is also something that we got to kind of limit as much as possible. We can use the 30 seconds that we have. So.
All right, John Hale, you got next.
Terrence, it was obviously your all's first experience in a close game down the stretch. What did you learn about yourself and your team in that stretch where it went from a 6-point lead to Richmond really taking control of the game?
Just valuing possessions more. At first, I feel like we took shots that we can make, but going into a team like that has a lot of experience and has been together for a while. Shots that we took, they kind of capitalized off of it. We could get better shots that they took the shots that we've took, they took that down and scored as much as they can. And possessions like that, we just have to value them. Not turning the ball over or getting great shots that can help us gain the lead even more.
And then tomorrow there won't be any fans at all at that game. Just what was it like in a close game yesterday with very few fans, and then how do you kind of create that energy in a really big game against Kansas with nobody in the stands?
Yeah, when no fans is kind of it is different, but it is basketball at the end of the day, and we got the hoop, but the momentum was definitely there for them as soon as they got it going, and it starts on the bench, and I think that's one of the main things that we're gonna hit on too, especially since we don't have any fans at all tomorrow. Just supporting each other and being as loud as we can for each other is definitely gonna help us with our momentum if we get into a run too. So that's probably the main thing.
All right, Larry Vaught, you got the next one. John Wong, you'll be after him.
Terrence, are you glad you guys are going to get right back out on the court tomorrow night and get a chance to play a team like Kansas, or would you prefer to have 4 or 5 days of practice now?
Honestly, I'm ready to play. I think from yesterday we learned a lot, and going over the film, there's a lot of things that we hit on that I feel like we're going to come back and get better at. And practices is cool, but playing against other players that we don't see every day is also fun too. And I feel like it can make our team better. We're just going to learn as much as we can. We are a young team, full of freshmen, and we're just going to do as much as we can. And with the game that's coming up, we're just going to play as hard as we can.
Thank you.
All right, John Wong, you got next.
Hey, Terrence, I'm sure one of the reasons that you signed up to play for Kentucky is to play in big games like tomorrow night, the big stage, a big opponent. Can you talk about some of your emotions? What do you want to prove out there on the court?
Right now for me, I don't want to make it, kind of like an individual thing. You know what I mean? I kind of really just want to look as a great team. And for me right now, after watching the film, I feel like we have a lot of things that we need to work on. And playing in this big stage, it's going to be a lot of emotions. I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to play. I have a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of stuff flowing in my head. But, it's basketball, like I said. And as a team, we want to go out there and play our best game so we can get the win.
Do you remember where you were last year during the Champions Classic? That was the game in which Tyrese Maxey kind of went off. What were your thoughts when, if you watched that game?
Oh yeah, I was watching that game for sure. I was actually in my at Brewster in my room watching it with a couple guys, with a couple of my friends. I mean, seeing that game from last year and having the fans that they had, it looked like, it's a different atmosphere. But going into tomorrow with no fans, I think right now is just, staying level-headed, playing as hard as we can. And like I said, just trying to go out and play the best basketball we can. I feel like yesterday, like I said, we played a great defense and played the defense that we had to win, but we just didn't capitalize on the offensive end. So going over the film and going over things that we know we could fix, tomorrow I feel like we'll come back a lot stronger.
Guys, I don't currently have any questions in the queue. If you got any for Terrence, you got a couple minutes left here. Kyle, I'll come back to you.
Terrence, how many times when Cal talks about get the ball by the man, don't mess with the ball, how many times for you specifically was he able to show you in that Richmond game where he thought you were messing with the ball?
There was, from the film that we watched, there was 2 opportunities where I could have just took the ball by my man. But when I watched over the film, I feel like I did it overtimes. And going over the film, that's really why you watch it. You just want to see things that you could fix. And going over the stuff that we went over the film, I feel like I seen a lot more too that I could have fixed myself. So going into that, I just want to be mindful that I could just get the ball by the man and go as fast as I can instead of just trying to dribble around and wasting time. So, yeah.
Jerry, you got next?
Yeah, Terrence, I wonder, tomorrow is a big game, obviously. How are big games different from games? You know what I mean? I'm wondering, it would seem like there's more distractions, more things going through a player's mind.
Honestly, for me, I feel like this is just another game, and I think that's how we're gonna play it. For us, we're a great team, and as long as we take care of business, I feel like we can win any game that we go up against. And right now, I feel like there is a lot of emotions. A lot of people think that, from the loss that we took, that there's a lot of things that we need to fix. And like I said, we're just gonna do as much as we can to fix the habits that we need to build on, and try to get as many wins as we can.
Guys, anything else for Terrence? All right, we'll end it there. Guys, thanks to Terrence. Thank you for joining us. Give us a little bit, and we'll get